Welcome to the first Fresh Projects Updates webinar. I'll be covering the changes to the intelligence dashboard, namely the fee backlog, the timesheet status drawdown, and the enhanced income forecast. This is the first updates webinar we're doing, where the next one will then cover the leave tracker, and we'll have another one after that will then cover the updates to the project planner. I'll now share my screen and go over the system. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Whoops. And I'll get to them at the end. One of the first changes you may have noticed is when you go into fresh projects, the first screen you would see is now the employee time. Instead, previously you went to the project's dashboard. So the new update here would then be your timesheet status, where the thinking behind the timesheet status is it allows you to easily draw down into what timesheets are missing, where if you have missing time, it would then affect the profitability of your project. So I can then toggle on our two tracking categories, office and job type, and that would allow me to filter the timesheet status drawdown by a few more variables. So I can then see we've got 23 submitted timesheets and 7 missing. So if I click on the 7, I would then draw down further, where I can then see our London office and our Johannesburg office. So I can then see our different job types. So industrials 5, and then go down to specific people. So George has 3 outstanding, and Frank Lloyd Wright has 2 timesheets, where I can then see the specific weeks as well. From here, I can then go to the financial section of the intelligence dashboard. And this would take me to our project dashboard, where we've updated the project dashboard to allow you to download it to Excel. And this gives you a quick overview of all your projects. So you can see exactly what's happening, where we would then break down the income per project, the fee remaining, actual expenses, and all those sort of things. Allow you to compare it quite easily. Where the new dashboard here would then be your backlog. And the backlog allows you to see the outstanding fee income from all your projects. Where you can then toggle on the profitability. And this is set when you create your project, you set the status, or when you edit your project, you can set the status to opportunity, and then you can set the possibility of getting that project. I can then toggle on my different tracking categories as well and hit refresh. Now I can see my active projects in gray and then my different statuses in different shades of orange. I've got my doubtful, my possible, and my probable. So if I draw down to my possible, I can then see I've got 3 million rands of unbilled fees and the split between Johannesburg and London, as well as my split between retail and commercial. I can see my Sydney Opera House and Statue of Liberty. But this can also be toggled on for different time periods, as well as it can then be downloaded to Excel. One of the major changes everyone's been asking for is the income forecast with regards to the ability to go backwards in time. So you can now toggle on either this year or last year. I'm going to do this year. And I can now go backwards to the beginning of the year, where I could then see my planned billing amount in gray and my actuals in bold. So if I want to then create an invoice for February because either we weren't on fresh projects then or we forgot about it, I can then click create invoice, where it would then pull through my planned lump sum and the billing rates I've set up. Once I'm happy, I'll click create invoice. Then select my invoice I want to use. So I'm using the standard invoice. And once I'm happy with that, I would then click generate. And once I click generate, it would then assign an invoice number to it, as well as track it against the project. Now when I click download, see if it's downloaded. Great. I could then see my invoice with my company logo and my client details and that sort of thing, and the breakdown of my fee. Whoops, clicked the wrong button there. As this is a live broadcast, I can't edit that out. What I can also do is I can then group by my different categories. So I can group by office, job type, client, project manager, and so on. So if I then group by my offices, I can then expand it and see then all my Joburg projects. Where if I then want to create a drawdown for October, I can just click add month, and then I can pull through the rest of the months. Whoops. So I'll double click on October for House Anderson and enter my amount. Once I'm happy, I can then click save. And then if I have a project meeting or something like that, I can then download this all to Excel. Great. So that's the updates we have for you today. If you have any questions or if you get stuck, please click on the I and you can send us a message directly from the app.